with that down and out of the way, let's move on to main topic number 3. And our third main topic today comes to us from S. Beam, who writes, I just read that Sherlock Holmes 3 has found a director in Dexter Fletcher, who helmed Rocketman and finished Bohemian Rhapsody. Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law will return, of course. Guy Ritchie must be too busy. I hope a change in director will bring the same type of movie we saw in the first two, and it's unfortunate we won't see it until 2021. All right, thanks a lot for that, S-Beam. So, yes, in case you guys did not hear the news, Sherlock Holmes 3 is finally coming. It has been 10 years since the first Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law, 2009. The sequel came out just 2 years later in 2011. Both films made well over $500 million each. It's a successful franchise. It's an enjoyable franchise. I didn't like part 2 as much as part 1, to be honest with you. I didn't think part 2 was as good as part 1. That being said, I do find them to be enjoyable films. Why we've waited this long, I'm not really sure. Some people have suggested it's because of Robert Downey Jr.'s schedule. The Rock shoots 8 movies a year, and yet he can find time to make more movies, right? So I don't know how reliable that is, but for whatever reason, they've done. Guy Ritchie directed the first 2. He just did a great job, in my opinion, directing Aladdin, but apparently he will not be back, which is something we've suspected for a while. And they've gone out and got Dexter Fletcher, who did a great job directing Rocketman. I really, like, is this picture of Dexter Fletcher not the like, if you were an artist and I said, draw your stereotype in your head of an artsy Hollywood director, is this not the picture that you would draw? I mean, come on. He's got the scarf, the bushled hair. That is a living stereotype right there. He's a great director. I'm just saying that is a living stereotype right there, my friends. Anyway, Dexter did a great job with Rocketman. Am I a little bit bummed that we're not going to get Guy Ritchie with his particular sensibilities back for Sherlock Holmes 3? I'm a little bit bummed by it, but at the same time, I always think it can be a good thing for a film franchise to mix in directors, just to keep things fresh, to give new perspectives, to put a new eye behind the lens. I think that can be a positive thing. Now, granted, Guy Ritchie hasn't directed a Sherlock Holmes film in 8 years, but still, I think this can be a positive thing. And if you're going to go out and get a new director, Dexter is definitely a good guy to get. Again, just a great job on Rocketman. Not as good as Bohemian Rhapsody, but a great job on the film nonetheless. That's a tricky film to direct. He did a great job with it. And I think he can bring something fresh and new to the Sherlock Holmes franchise. But then again, at this point, anything they do in the Sherlock Holmes franchise is going to feel fresh and new because it's been 8 years since we've had the other one. Look, as for myself, I'm stoked about it. I am. I'm excited that they're finally doing this. I do think they waited too long. I think a Sherlock Holmes 3 is probably a film that should have come out 3 or 4 years ago. But hey, it is what it is. Robert Downey Jr.'s dance card is a little bit more open now. He's got that one where he talks to the animals, I can't even remember that. The one where he talks to the animals, I can't remember. Who cares? So he's got that. Now he's got Sherlock Holmes 3 lined up, and it'll be curious to see what they do with it. Question is for you guys. What do you think about this news? Do you like the announcement that we're getting Dexter Fletcher coming in to direct Sherlock Holmes 3? Do you not care about Sherlock Holmes 3 at all? Were you only interested if Guy Ritchie came back? Do you think, nah, this is a fresh new direction? Let me know what you guys think. Jump on down and leave your thoughts.